warm welcome everyone, I am Timo and I'm going to take you around a lap of Brands Hatch. The first corner is Paddock Hill Bend. You want to be a little bit on the outside, get the car rotated towards the apex and then just put the power down so you stay on the tarmac on the outside. Now brake to the inside, hug that curb all the way, 180-degree corner at the top of the hill, that is Druids, and now Graham Hill Bend. Brake where the curb starts and don't take these 3 poles on the inside because that means you have cut the corner. 30's difficult corner, braking way later than you think you might want to, and you somehow need to find the point where you can accelerate on that uphill section without going off track in the end and carrying the most speed possible, because this run in Pilgrim's Drop towards the Hawthorne Bend is really long and there's some time to be found. This is the Hawthorne Bend and it's one of 3 right-handers. Here comes the Westfield Bend, and now we're going towards the funniest corner of them all. It is Dingledell. You need to be careful that you don't cut the corner on the inside or on the outside, because if you catch the grass once, you're gonna lose so much time, or maybe even the car. And we go through Sterling's towards the Clark curve, the last one of the track. Only 10 turns on this one. Accelerate as hard as possible because you need to carry the speed onto the final straight, and that is already the lap of Brands Hatch.
Hello everybody, welcome back to round 3 of Assetto Corsa Competizione here at Brands Hatch. I am Striking, and I'm gonna start by saying I'm not feeling too well, so bear with me, and I apologize if the stream quality is a bit low today. It's a bit early and I woke up not feeling too well here in Southern California, so I'm going to try my best here, so apologies for that. But before we watch the last part of qualifying here, I'd like to say thank you to Timo for getting that hot lap to us. We should be having those fairly regularly now. We just had to get the stuff worked out in the beginning of the season. If you missed the last race, well, round 2 in Barcelona, Catalonia, it was quite an exciting one, so if you didn't watch that one, I suggest you go back and watch it. We had a 20-minute battle for the lead, for the top 5, basically, and that ended up going the way of the Ferrari of Salminen, and unfortunately both Porsches, who were 1 and 2 at one point, both falling down the order, but we will hope that they have a good result today. Currently, as the driver in the driver's standings, I believe it is Alexander Karsten leading the way for the time being, the man on a mission to win in ACC. So 2 different rounds, 2 different winners is what we have here. So let's go ahead and check out what we got for qualifying here. So at the moment, not much is happening. Frame rate is going to be a bit choppy here. Let's see. Let's fix that up. There we go. So at the moment, we have Karsten, the man, the championship leader, on provisional pole with push behind him. It should be noted as well, we have a very big lobby today for the race, so this is going to be interesting to see. It's 28 people are here, so 28 drivers. This is going to be impressive. I am going to be alone today because the man who joined me for the first 2 races, Mr. Christian Stricker here, is making his Season 3 debut finally. So it's good to see him back on the track and back in the Audi. So I think he was in Audi last season, I'm not certain. But either way, it's good to see him back. What I'm going to do here is turn desktop audio a little bit down, just so that we have a little bit better sound for me. So, because I think it's quite loud. So, let's see. Karsten is still on pole. Salminen puts it P2. So, Brands Hatch, one of the shorter tracks. I'm not too familiar with it. However, I think Push is going to be starting, or finishing a lap here. See what he does. He's going to come across the line here. goes P2, just a tenth, over a tenth and a half off of Carson's pole position time, and he's going to keep going, so right on board with him for a bit, see how he attacks these curves. I'm not familiar with the names, as I said, but I'm going to try my best here, as I'm actually going to have a run up the track here into double-ish left-hander of, I think that's Surtees, I might be wrong. Up the crest here, left-hander, nice and easy in, slows the air almost a little bit, but keeps it under control. Let's see if Bush is able to keep this under control, because at the moment it is looking like he might be able to challenge for pole position. Bush, of course, being one of the fastest drivers here on the grid, in my opinion, as that Timo was in P4, wasn't looking, and Ben cutting behind him. So, the past seasons have delivered a lot of great races, a lot of great drives from many different drivers, because I think I talked about it last week, the standard of driving as Bush was off the road there might be invalidated, hopefully not for his sake. But, is he going to come across the line, or is he going to, I think he's going to come across. Yeah, here we go, let's see if he finishes with the time here. He's going to cross the line, and that is going to be not an improvement. Barely. Unfortunate for Bush, as he's going to come to a stop here and get it back to the pits. Pulls over to the side very safely, so good on him. But as I was saying, the quality of driving in 2SRL ACC is very high, among some of the best I've seen. Of course, I haven't seen much ACC leagues. I know I've seen a lot. There are a lot of better ones out there in terms of like esports level drivers and stuff, but the level here is very, very solid. So everyone doing a great job, and everyone trying their best to keep up with these guys. And the man setting the pace at the moment, Carson, let's try and find him here if I can. I know he's out on the track somewhere. Let's see. I can't. I'm not gonna look at many more names. There we go. Okay, so from Racing Team Netherlands, his teammate Mr. Veldman is P6 at the moment, okay, and Carson here P1, so they're looking like the favorites for the constructors, and Carson looking like the favorite for the drivers, because he's on another level compared to these guys. He's one of the fastest drivers I've seen in this game, and I've seen some fast drivers, but this guy is this guy's on another level. So he is prone to being defeated. Last week he was struggling a bit in Barcelona behind the Porsches. So the guy in where is he right now? P6, Timbers, who are on pole position last week, was taking the fight to him, and his teammate Rene Bon, the coordinator or the 2SRL admin, was up there as well in the lead, until something went wrong with the pit stop, so there's yellows somewhere. I think that might just be for somebody pulling off the road. I'm not too certain. Yeah, it's probably around there. Keep an eye out on the two champions lining up as one of them goes in. It's the defending champion, Sam Chumley, in the Lexus going into the pits. Timo Brown, Season 1 champion, coming across the line here, goes P4 on that flying lap. So 23.7, 23.2 is pole at the moment, so he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to get that time down. So let's keep an eye out. I'm going to keep an eye out on some of the lower guys as well here. I know we don't really show them, but I'm going to keep an eye out on him here. Let's watch Mr. Patrick Zulgasi, aka Satoshi, if you know him from the SLR League races in F1. I believe he's Tier 2, yes. Tier 2 there as Mills off the road, making his return as well to ACC after missing out several rounds at the end of the last season to commentate with me, and then first 2 rounds here as well, along with Christian Streaker. So let's see what these guys can do. Zulvasi comes across the line. Is he going to be able to jump some positions? He goes P17 as Hugo coming out of the pits there to start going for his final runs here. So we're approaching the end of qualifying. I think Timo might be doing a cool down and then going again as is Dasku at the back of the grid at the moment. I like that livery, the green with the white and black, white around the rims. I don't know if that's one of the default ones or if he made it himself, but I like that. Just thought I'd throw it out. As Ollie as well, trying to find some space here for his flying lap. Let's now choose somebody. I'm kind of scrolling around here. Let's choose our last week's race winner. He's on a flying lap right now. He is one of the guys who might be able to challenge Karsten. Of course, Timo looking fast, Push looking fast as well, Van and Hutting and Hugo all looking very good. Veldman looking consistent as usual and might be able to fight that as well. But that is his teammate, so I don't know how hard he wants to fight for that one. But let's see Salminen come across the line. Kessel getting a slipstream off of him, but the slipstream is not very powerful in this game. Comes across the line. That's not an improvement, but he's going to go for the full lap here. So he's got 3/10 if he wants, or he needs 3/10 if he wants his pole position. We'll see how he goes about this into hairpin of, I think that's turn. I think that was turn 2. He's into, I think this is just, yeah, I think that's Surtees. Surtees, I might be wrong. I'm getting the corner names again, so my apologies. But attacking the Brands Hatch circuit, trying to leave nothing on the table here. Can he find his way onto pole position? Let's see. In the meantime, I think Karsten does improve a little bit, just by a bit, so I can't find Push. I'm going to try and keep an eye out on where he is. There's a car pulled over there, 2 cars pulled over there. That's one of the Porsches and Tim Novak there, who's making a substitute appearance after stepping down. Season 1 vice champion, actually, so I expect to see, hopefully can see, oh, he's actually into the pit, so I was going to say I hope he gets a good result here in qualifying, but he's going to have to make his way up the field. Let's see what Salminen can do. Can he cross the line and get pole? The flag is out. He's not going to be able to do it. He is invalidated, I think, somewhere there. The Porsches go 8th and 9th there. Olive is on a flying lap here for the Lamborghini, the sole Lamborghini on the grid right now since his teammate is not here. I mentioned it the last 2 weeks, I think, that the Lamborghini is one of the hardest cars to drive, so Olive is doing a very good job with it. Personally, I've never been a fan of it, of course. I've driven a few handful of cars just to see the handling. Let's see if he's able to improve on this. He goes across the line P10. Veldman is pushed down to P11. Chumley is down to P12. So I think qualifying is going to be coming to a standstill here soon. Let's see, Timo comes into the pits. So at the moment, it looks like Karsten is going to be taking pole position. Hugo goes up to P7. Let's see what else, anyone else on the laps here. I think that's pretty much it. Let's see, yeah, Push is across the line here. Let's try and find Karsten. Karsten's still going. So I don't know if he's on another lap or not, but he's still gunning it. So I think he is on a lap. So let's see if his pole is his at the moment. It's probably, yeah, it's gonna be his. Let's see if he can go even further on it. So he's gonna come across the line. It was a 23-2 the first time, or last time around. It's gonna be a 23-2 again. So that is pole position and that is qualifying for us. So as they pull over to the side there, here's our grid. So Push behind Karsten, who takes another pole position. Very solid from him, 2nd of the season. Salminen P3, so looking to keep the momentum up from last week. Timo Brown, season 1 champion, P4. Van den Hutting, last season's vice champion in P5. Paul Gajda, one of the more consistent drivers in P6. Hugo back up to his ways, his usual front-running ways in P7. Crusovar and Bon behind him. Olive P10 in to finish off the top 10. Veldman P11, Sam Chumley P12. Last year's defending champion might have some work to do. Christian Stricker on his return P13. Jasper Smelt P14. Milos and Tim Novak, 2 of the season 1 championship protagonists, down in 15th and 16th. So they're gonna have some work cut out. They're gonna have their work cut out for them. Mills and Ollie in P17 and 18. Illigner and Kessel down 19th and 20th. So a ways off their teammates, but let's see what they can do. Marius Taurus and Tacos in P12. Belascu Kisel 23rd and 24th. DeSantis, Mearsman, Bremen finishing it off. I think somebody has disconnected, so we don't have 28 like we were supposed to. So we have our race coming up for us here. let's see what the conditions have for us have in store. We have a cloudy race. It should be cloudy. I don't know if it's going to be raining, but I don't think it's going to be changing anytime soon. As their engines are firing up, we have a 19-kilometer headwind. I think that's going to be, or wind. Yeah, I think that's a headwind into, or a tailwind into turn 1, or into the start-finish straight. I mean, as they are on the final corner here. So my apologies. Let's see how this goes down here. Karsten from pole position, unable to get the win, unable to make it 2 wins out of 2 last week. Let's see if he's able to make it 2 wins out of 3 though. So if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like down below. Be sure to buckle yourselves in, because ACC always delivers. And I am looking forward to this one. Let's get a better camera angle here. Onto the start finish right here as the formation laps rolling start takes its place. There we go. I think we'll use this one. We're going to be going greens here in a little bit as they come across the line here for round 3 of ACC in Brands Hatch. And we are green here in Brands Hatch. Good start for Karsten. Push slots behind him. No, Timo gets the jump on Salminen, who might have been caught slipping or sleeping. He's trying to have a look on push there in the back. Gajda and Van den Hutting going side by side, but Karsten gets away well. Hugo gets the jump still, or keeps ahead of the 2 Audis, trying to fight his way up the order in the back. I think I'm gonna have to scroll here through Mearsman. A bit slow there. I'm not sure if something happened there. Karsten though extending the gap. And so far, so good. There's contact in the back there, I think. Who's off the road? That is a Mercedes. I think that's Mills, unfortunately, off. Yeah, that's Mills, so unfortunate start for him. But look at Karsten, already gone. And Timo up to P3, Salminen dropping down the order. Vigashni keeps ahead of Van den Hutting. Hugo loses 1 position, but slots in behind the 2 Porsches as Olive tries to go wheel to wheel with Chomley there, the season 1 champion, under pressure, but holds him off there. So a bit of contact there in the back, but Bellman now under pressure from Jasper Smelt, who's been making his way up the field usually these races. But Tim Novak there, ooh, takes out nearly one of the boards there, but gets the car back under control, losing the rear end on cold tires, potentially cold brakes might not be helping him either. So all slotting in here down the order here. Drivers keeping it almost entirely clean for the first time, I believe, this season. So very good job with these many cars. It's always easy to get caught in something, but very well played from everyone right now up front. Push holding off Timo, trying to get back onto Karsten, but he is just gone at the moment. Timo trying to find his way up to push, and he's got Salminen all over the back of him in the Ferrari. So Mercedes v Ferrari, something we thought we'd see in F1, but we're not going to be seeing any, I don't think, this season, but we're going to be seeing it here in ACC. So in the back here, let's see what's happening. Hugo gets back past Percival, so ahead again, now trying to close down the gap on Van den Hutting, because there's a bit of a train behind Timo and Push, but Karsten just kind of checking out, doing his thing, and I don't think he feels like he's going to be under any threat here, because I saw from the practice times that he was looking quite fast. So this is of course no shock to me. So, but what might be a shock here is Chumley putting some pressure onto Rene into some of these corners here. Not exactly the best place to do it, I don't think. I mean, Brands Hatch is not exactly a place where it's difficult to overtake in general. So let's see. Might be some opportunities here. Rene looking a bit slow. Chumley obviously looking very racy, so he might be trying to find his way past. And of course, the Porsche is very slow in a straight line, so we don't know how much Rene is going to be able to hold off here. Let's see if Chumley has a look up the inside, but he thinks better of it. Hugo runs a bit wide there, and that might give Krusvar a good run up the inside there into turn 2, and he's still wheel to wheel with him into the double left-hander, and he has the inside line, though he's going to have to hold that off. So Krusvar runs a bit wide, might be put under pressure here, so the lights are on for him. I think this might be, it might be a bit dark out there. I don't know if that's because Novak is just pressed up a button earlier, but there are lights on for him. I think guys might have his lights on too. I don't know if that's, yeah,
the track is a bit dark, cloudy, so not the best conditions here for these racers, but they're still holding on. Let's see what they can do with this. There's a gap, quite a gap between Hugo and Van den Hudding, so two different trains here. But we saw these two fighting it out last week, I believe, Gajda and Van den Hudding, so they're going to be back on the track again. So the front five, or the front six, trying to run away with this third through sixth, more to be more precise, and then seventh downward fighting as well. So let's see how many cars. Everyone's still running so far, minus somebody who disconnected as a. Oh, that is Marek Kissel. I'm not gonna be happy that I went on board with him there, probably, but unfortunately catching that out. So he's got damage. So he's gonna be struggling a bit here. Mearsman well down the order as well. Mills trying to make his way back up, so he's already caught up to this field here. I don't think he has too much damage. Let's take a look. His car seems fairly good. So. But Illigner there, one of the front runners at the beginning of the season, struggling a bit. From round one, he was fighting for the podium. He's down in P20, so let's see if he's able to make his way back up. But the two brothers, not teammates this time around, line astern. So Christian and Ollie there behind Tim Novak, who's trying to put some pressure on Jasper Smelt in the Ferrari. At the moment, I'm going to be quiet a bit. As I said, I'm not feeling too well, but my apologies for that. The energy might not be there, but we're going to try and capture things as they go. Being alone as well, unfortunately, this week it's going to make it a bit difficult because I don't have somebody to carry me. So, let's see how Christian is doing. Holding his own P15. For those who do not know, is actually a point scoring position here since we are using MotoGP points, or the point system for MotoGP, so 15th would be getting 1 point, and 14th 2 points, I believe 13th 3, 4 points for P12, something like that, 5 points for P11, so, and onward until 25 for P1, as usual. So a more even distribution of points as of the back edged up, falling behind Van den Hudding. Unfortunately, I missed that, so my apologies. So the gaps are opening up though. Salminen still puts the Salminen gets past Timo as well, so something has happened there. Timo falling down the order a bit. So Salminen back up to P3. Timo struggling here. Got yellows as well. Somebody's off the road. Mills again off the road, trying to do some donuts and get the car back under control. So he might have some damage there on the front of the car. Potentially Kissel. His car's looking better actually. I don't know if he went into the pits or not, but yeah, I don't know what's happened there. Let's go back up to the front here. 2 seconds. The lead for Karsten up front. So looking very good for him. As well. Van den Hudding now trying to put the pressure on Timo. Gajda as well putting pressure on Van den Hudding. So a lot happening here. Hugo's holding off Chris Varenbaan and Chumley and Olive all there. There's a big train there from 7th to 14th. So we're going to keep an eye out on that. We have this train here. And we're going to keep checking to see what the Scuderia Monkey Flip I forget it, something point GT3 Sports Racing Team Bosnian Division, something like that. I said I would have it by next week and I don't have it, sorry guys. But Monkey Flip, that's all you need to know. There's more yellows again, somebody having more issues. I think that's Mills in the pits. Yeah, he's got quite some damage there. Up front here, Hugo has his hands full. I don't think the Mercedes seems to be particularly good at the moment. I mean, Karsten though taking off with it, but Busch and the Aston Martin not really holding or able to catch him, but Timo in one Mercedes is under pressure. Hugo in another Mercedes is under pressure as well. So let's see who's able to make the move. So we did get a team order switch there, I think. Well, I wasn't looking again. Rene and Tim switching positions there. Rene does look very racy. Let's see if he can get Hugo. Is he gonna have a look up the inside? No, he just tries to scare him. But Hugo, not one to crack under pressure. This guy, very fast in almost any race car I've seen him drive. So whether it's F1, GT3, LMP1, I've not seen Hugo be slow in any car. So one of the most gifted sim racers, I believe, that I've encountered. Maybe not out there, of course, there are potentially ones, but of course one of the ones I know, Hugo is probably the most gifted. So, let's see what he's able to do here. There's a lot of dust kicked up there. I think that's just from them going off the road here. But yeah, there's a lot of pressure right now on the back of this train here. But for the moment, Hugo is holding it off. Let's come down to P15 now. This huge train here. There's going to be some fighting here in the back. Maybe Smelt might be under pressure here. Olive falling under pressure, but we know how good the Lamborghini is in a straight line compared to the Porsche. Let's see if Olive can get the move on Krusvar, because he does look racy. Rene running a bit wide there, so let's see if he's able to finish this off, but struggling a bit. Gaps are starting to solidify, so we might not see much here. Carson has basically checked out, yeah. Push not able to catch up to him. Salminen is slowly pushing the gap there though, so the fights are really here. So I think this might come down to strategy if overtaking gets too difficult. I'm not certain if anyone here wants to try and undercut later on in, say, about 10 minutes, I'm thinking. We're only 12 minutes into this race, so I'm not going to be thinking about it yet. But Veltman does get a good run here on Chumley, but I don't think he's going to be enough here. Rene does get a good run on Hugo. Let's see if he's got enough to send it down the inside. He's not going to be able to do it there. Of course, from behind a bit too much. Let's see if he's able to get there. It's a spin there, and that's gonna end in tears for Hugo. He's put off the road by Rene, so I don't think he's gonna be too happy with that, Hugo. That unleashes Krusvar into P7. So Olive up into P9 now. Hugo falling down to P12. Didn't lose out entirely, but yeah, I don't think Rene is gonna be too. I don't think he's going to be too pleased with Rene for that one. So Olive now putting pressure onto him. So just a slight miscalculation from the Porsche, but does unleash his teammate. Let's see if Krusvar has the pace. But as we said, we got to keep going. Just got to keep going with that. If you make a mistake like that, don't worry about it. Just deal with it later. If there is any penalty, take it, and then just head down. So Salminen meanwhile has closed in on push. And Mills there might be having to get out of the way here. Last week we had some issues with blue flags. Let's see if we have any this week. But Mills kind of just keeping the pace at the moment. Yeah, he's going to move out of the way here, I think. Yeah, there we go. Smart and nicely done from Mills. He's going to have to do it again there, unfortunately being a lap down. But he did make his pit stop, so he has that going for him. So we saw last week what happens if you can make an early pit stop work with damage. Some drivers flying up the order. The undercut might be a good idea for some. But meanwhile, Rene still having to defend from Olive Chumley, trying to find an opening as well. Veldman looking there as well. As I said, he usually picks off these fights slow and steady, and he usually ends up picking up a good haul of points from it. So let's see what he's able to do here. Ferrari, I mean the Lamborghini straight line speed showing itself here versus the Porsche straight line speed as Olivier tries to have a run there, and Drusvar gets a little bit squirrely on the exit there, so might actually come under threat again, so he falls back into the train and starts leading it again. So look at this, they are very close, these guys. So 7th through 11th very close, 12th through 15th holding on as well. So this is a big train here, push gonna be under threat here. Timo's got a train of his own here now, so let's see who's gonna be taking that podium position here. I think something, Push has made a mistake. He's gone off so actually, yeah, Salminen up to P2, Timo up to P3, so I'm sorry I missed that again. So Push making an error there, so he's lost 2 positions and he's gonna have to try and get those back. So let's see what happens here. There's all sorts of chaos going here. Chumley gets past Drusvar. A lot of action for me to be watching, sorry. I'm trying my best here, but yeah, a lot happening. As Smelt runs off the road here, so that's gonna give the Streakers both a good run here. Christian having a look up the inside of Ollie. Are they gonna make contact? No, he chops him off there, Ollie, so Christian has to stay behind. But up front, Drusvar still holding his own here, trying his best to keep with this, and Chumley doing a good job holding on as well. Olivier, of course, doing his best as well. Up front here, Push makes another mistake and goes off the road, so unless there was contact there, I'm not too certain. But that unleashes Gajda and Bandit Hunting up to P4 and 5 respectively, so let's see where these guys come. Push is going into the pits, so we're up to P6. Rene has a run on his teammate here. He's going to pull out of the inside line, out of the substream here. Chumley not far enough, or not close enough to make a move. Down the inside goes Rene. We're not going to fight that, and overshoots a little bit, but this might not be what they need. There's a bit, somebody runs quite a bit there, but holding on. These guys are all over each other, and this is insane. Rene running a bit wide again, trying to get the move done. Drusvar has to yield here. He might yield 2 cars here. Chumley goes into the back of him. There's a bit of contact there, but nothing happening. Chumley does try and get the move here. He might find his way past there, going too wide and too wide behind as well. Let's see what's happening here. Who's going to be coming out on top here? So Chumley does get ahead of Drusvar. Olivier trying to follow suit. Veldman behind, holding off Hugo. That is insane driving between these guys here. Look at the group. Look at the grouping here. Olivier tries to feed around the outside of Drusvar, but backs out of that. Not the way to go here. So Rene up to P6, Chumley P7 now, but he's going to be hounding Rene for P6. He is the Season 2 champion for a reason. He is very good at this game and good with these cars. Let's see if he's able to make it work. Also, it should be noted he's won the last 2 races in Tier 3 2S, so tomorrow he might make it 3 for 3 there in F1. Let's see if he can get P6 off of Rene here. Might make a bit of contact there, but holding it off there. Rene going to be under pressure here in a straight line. Here we know how slow the Porsche is, as I've been saying. Let's see how fast that Lexus is in a straight line around the outside. Chumley tries to go, but he's not going to be able to do it there. Brakes a little bit early, tries to maximize his exit. Olivier unable to get Drusvar here, but he might get him on the start of turn 2 here, but unable to do it here. Hugo having a look at Veldman on the outside, trying to get some grip. Ollie, or Christian actually, getting ahead of Ollie, might try and find his way around Hugo around the outside, but Hugo holds the inside line, so a lot of action going on here. Let's see up front here. But we have Bandit Hunting and Gajda hunting down Timo for the podium position there. Up P3, Olivier sideswiping there. Kessel having to move completely out of the way. There's a whole bunch of cars there that he would have to move out of the way here, but here comes Chumley around the outside here, trying to find his way through. Unable to make it work though, but is he going to try it here? Rene still holding the inside. He runs a bit wide there, but there is a little bit of there's a little bit of a strip of road there that he can use, I think. I forget what it's called, but it's like a runoff strip. As he actually loses out to Drusvar there in the process, so 10 seconds now is the gap to the front. So Rene holding his own. This is going to be their own battle here, I think, for a while, unless something drastic happens. Olivier Olive is into the pits, as is yeah, Christian Stricker going in. There's yellows somewhere as well. Let's see what's happened. I don't know who that was for, but we have a fight here for last. Taurus and Novak in 16th and 15th. Somebody's into the pits and retiring, so that's unfortunate. I didn't see who that was. I think that might have been no agreements here. Didn't see who that was. So unfortunate there. Back up front. The two Porsches holding this queue up massively. There's going to be some of them trying to jump in through the undercut. Olive and Stricker, Christian trying their best, but Rene, Tim, Sam all doing their best here to just get on with it and find a way past each other. Rene holding on, of course, to this, but speaking of which, Nico Veldman there, still, as I said, keeping it consistent, just holding on to this. If anything happens, remember, any issues, and there could be drive-through penalties. So I believe it is. For those who do not know, there's somebody into the pits as well. I think that is. That's Chumley and Ollie both into the pits. So both Lexi are into the pits for a change here. But the two, speaking of changing, the two Porsches going to change again here. Crucibar goes up the inside of Rene. Rene doesn't fight him extremely hard. He has a little bit of damage on the front, so that might be playing into that might be a playing factor into it. I don't know how severe the damage is, but might not be too bad. Meanwhile, the gap up front, Carson 4 seconds up the road. Gajda, Van den Hutting, and Timo Brown all fighting for this podium, though, or for the podium position. So all three very close. Gajda, of course, being a solid driver. I think the driver we lost, actually, now that I see, is Milos again, unfortunately. So shame to see him struggling there. But his teammate having a good run here for the two of them, at least, as we're almost towards the halfway point. DeSantis is into the pits as well. It is a mandatory tire change you cannot refuel in this league. So anyone into the pits, both of them actually, Gajda and Van den Hutting both into the pits. So let's see if Timo can extend this and avoid getting undercut, or let's see if he can make the overcut work. So the top guys all staying out, I think. Yeah, these guys all staying out as well. So the top three yet to stop Rene, who are up to P4 and 5, respectively. Veldman P6, but let's see where they slot out, because some of these guys are going to be trying to get a jump. So I don't think the wind is going to make too much of a difference looking at it, actually. From what I understand, people barely notice the wind in these cars, so. I think if it's really strong wind, then maybe, but I'm not too certain. No, some people told me they don't feel it. Some people told me it kind of does something, but yeah, I don't know how. If you have a different experience with the wind in the game, let me know, because I'm curious to see. Because I usually don't have wind in the games I play, like F1, of course. Now the second and third place go into the pits. Let's see where they come out. Rene goes into the pits as well. Crucibar are going to stay out and take provisional P2. Let's see where these guys come out, I think. Crucibar on the order there. Hugo, 3 seconds. Drift under pressure from Smelt. Hugo unfortunately getting spun around there by Rene, trying to make up ground, but has the Ferrari hounding him for that position. A lot of cars into the pits now. We have 6 or 5 cars there into the pits. Salminen comes out, so 5 right now. Let's see who's gonna jump. that Van den Hutting coming across there. I think he does get the jump on Timo, does he? Yes, he does, by quite some margin. Gajda does not, unfortunately. He falls behind, so he might have had a slower pit stop, but Van den Hutting now into net P3. So good work from him and good work from the Aston Martin pit crew there to get him up the order. Let's see where Push is. Push is actually out of the race, I think. No, he's down there, so he's fallen well off from the front row, unfortunately. He's unable to get onto the tail of Hugo, but goes into the pits now to see if he can do something for Suarez as well. Goes into the pits. So this could make or break a race here. The pit stops. Let's see who's where. So Olive and Chumley did manage to jump the queue. So both of them ahead of Rene. Ollie and Christian did not. But good job from the two of them getting a move on it. Karsten is a whole pit stop ahead of these guys, I believe. Or they're a lap down, actually. No, so yeah. Well, technically a pit stop because he has to stop, so he needs to go in there and we're going to be catching him, I don't think. But Olive gunning it now, trying to get past Chumley here, using the straight line speed of the Lamborghini just to its advantage as the sun is starting to come out a bit here. Karsten does go into the pits. Illigner and Novak have yet to do so. As same for Velasquez. Torres. Christopher comes out, just misses out on the two of them, but he slots in right behind them. So Chumley gonna be the one leading the queue. Olive putting the pressure on. Christopher trying as well on Stricker. Another Stricker. Smelt all in this fight as well. Smelt comes out within it. I think he gets ahead. Push is also in this fight as well. Veldman going to be up there as well. I think he's lost some time in the pit lane actually because Kessel is ahead of him now. So a lot happening here. This is not going to be smooth sailing for some of these guys. The last people are into the pits. Hugo, Novak, and Karsten still in the pit lane. Velasquez still is the remaining driver to beat. Illigner as well actually into the pits. See here if this is a run for Olive. It is not. Christopher starting to struggle a bit, losing ground on these two. Looked to be the quicker guys here. We got yellows somewhere. Let's see what that is for. I didn't see. It's clear now. So three of them still in the pit lane, getting their repairs in. Let's see where these guys come out. Timo is still holding Gajda, but yeah, there's quite the gap between him and Van den Hutting. Chumley still holding these guys off. Rene gets them onto Christopher once again. These two just swapping positions left, right, and center the whole race. But at the moment, it's not looking like anyone's able to get the passes done besides the two Porsches on each other. So let's see what Push can do as Rene gets a little bit wide. So these two just keep having a go at each other. I don't think that's going to be helping. Smelt trying to get back onto this queue. Push is now at the back of this queue after starting in the front row. So not gone his way, unfortunately. But like I said, this doesn't take away from Push's driving abilities. We all got unlucky. We don't know how good he is. In the past, he has won races here. So all of these guys here in this queue are very, very good racers. Chumley is the defending champion. Olive, of course, outperforming that car to a very decent extent, I would say, personally. Rene, of course, being a very gifted sim racer all around. Christopher holding his own as somebody's off the road there. I didn't see which one that was. Who was it? I think that was, was that Ollie? No, Ollie's here. I didn't see who that was. Might have been something else. Ollie did fall a bit off the order here. Actually, somebody else is around. That's Christopher around. And Ollie going off the road there as well. So there's been contact again. So going downhill for the Porsche there. Chumley now might have and Olive trying to get away with this. Rene's still on the back of them, but this train is starting to dissolve. And we're only at the halfway point of this race. So Velasquez does make his pit stop, so all the drivers have made their mandatory pits. So let's see the gap behind. Now this train is dissolved into two. Because now look at this, there's all sorts of carnage or chaos going on here. Ollie and Smelt fighting, or Christian and Smelt fighting out. My apologies. Ollie up the front there, trying to catch up to Push. Those two falling off the back of Rene as Smelt sends it up the inside there. Christian goes a bit wide there and has to succeed that. And now Kessel might have a look around the outside of him. Is he able to get that move down? He is, so good job to him. And now Veldman might make it as well. So Christian completely falling down the order, and there it is for Nico. So, well, great driving from all of them. So Christian losing 3 positions there, all into one corner. I think he made just a little mistake, and that was it. Meanwhile, Hugo and Cruz are fighting for the final point scoring position. Of course, these are all the positions now stabilized out of the pit stops. So we're just driving. We're halfway through. Right as we get halfway, we see yellows for something. I see. Yeah, there's a car off the road there. Let's see. That is. Oh, that's Christian. So yeah, something has gone wrong with him, and he is off the road and out of this fight. So very unfortunate for him. But up front here, Kessel trying to gain back on Smelt. Smelt kind of taking off with this, showing he's got some pace here. He's been doing quite well this season. In the points fairly consistently, I believe. Kessel not having the best season, but is looking good at the moment. Veldman trying to hunt him down though. Sitting P5 in the championship is Veldman, trying to make sure he stays that way or gain a little bit if he may. But Olive not really able to hold on to Chumley. Rene is starting to put him under pressure, but of course Lamborghini straight line speed versus Porsche straight line speed, that's a no contest. Or that's no contest. The Lamborghini is going to be winning that unless he makes mistakes like that, which might give Rene the chance he wants down around the outside here of turn 2. So he is unable to get it there, but is he going to be able to get the exit he needs? I've seen drivers in practice losing the rear to turn 1, but Rene trying his best, running a bit close. We saw that not work out for him earlier. Let's see if it works out for him this time around though. But putting all sorts of pressure onto Olive, but Olive still holding his own at the moment. But Push recovering a little bit well, trying to get up to P9 and could get P6 out of this. I think Gajda is well up the road. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch that in 28 minutes unless there's drive-through penalties to be had. Of course, last week Timo's race pretty much crumbled apart because of it getting one right towards the end and him hitting the pit and spinning in the pit lane. Actually, because of it, as Rene make a little bit of a mistake there. It's not switching. Got a little bit sideways, but didn't lose out anything. So let's see what's happening here. Chris Var trying to put some pressure onto Hugo, but unable to make it work. Novak as well, trying to get that point position. As Crucivar does hit the curb and spins out, and that is going to be damage for him, and I don't think he's going to be happy with that. Is this car beached? No, he's just left. That's unfortunate, as Christian and Kissel both into the pits out of the race as well, so we're down to 20 drivers.
Hello, I am here.
There he is. So unfortunately, Kimi, or Christian, unable to finish the race, so plan B, commentary.
Exactly.
Pronto.
What happened? Such a solid P8.
What happened?
Well, I did a mistake, and on the last corner on the exit, I just touched like a centimeter of grass, and it sends me straight into the barriers.
Unfortunate. I saw it happen. It just happened to Xanax. Yeah, he just went barely onto the grass, and then just completely spat him into the barrier. So, unfortunate for him. That's gonna give Hugo a little bit of breathing space. But the trains have dissolved. Rene has also gone off somewhere, and he's out of the race as well. So while I wasn't looking, so again, both Porsches just went downhill for them. That's not what the monkey flippers wanted to hear, so to speak. So let's keep an eye out on this battle here as it develops. Olivier and Chumley gonna be the ones to watch out for. Kessel and Veldman as well. Veldman does get back past Kessel, so he is making his way back up, and let's see if he can catch down Smelt for P10. But yes, unfortunate for Yukimi, not the return to ACC you wanted, I think.
No, I think I had a P8 in the bag.
It was looking comfortable, especially because Rene has gone off, and so has a couple others here. This queue is kind of just dissolved.
Yeah.
So let's keep an eye out here. Olivier still putting the pressure on to Chumley. Chumley, though, not giving in yet, but doing his best. That Lamborghini, though, I don't know how good the Lambo is here in Brands Hatch, but Olivier looks very comfortable in it and is driving very well at the moment. So this should be, he had a really bad luck last weekend, so last week out, this time around he should hopefully have some better luck, and he is in the fight for P6, which would be a very solid result for him. Let's see if this is enough. He's right on board with him. Right. Be a bit unable to do it there. But yeah, at the moment, Chumley just holding on that little bit and not able to, not giving Olivier what he needs, or the opportunity he needs. Starting to close in a bit on them, so let's see what he can do there. But yes, the Lexus is fairly decent through the corners. The Lamborghini, not good through the corners in my opinion. The characteristics, of course. I mean, I have, of the cars I've driven in this game, I mean, I haven't done much driving this game, but there is one car I have driven quite a bit, and that is the Lamborghini, against my will. I can tell you straight firsthand that this is not the car you want to be learning the game in. Because, I mean, maybe you do, because then everything else is easier to drive, because this car is not easy to drive. Like, I'm gonna keep hyping up Olivier's performances here, because I wouldn't be able to do this. The way he drives this car is not the way I could drive this car. So
He seems quite comfortable in that Lamborghini.
yeah, with the exception of Monza, maybe I could drive this car, which is where I did drive the car for the Simulator 3-hour race, but that did not go very well, unfortunately, as he's very close to him on the brakes there. So Hugo caught up to Kessel as well, so Kessel's falling down the order here, but actually, yeah, getting past Kessel, so might have made a mistake there. So up to P12 for Hugo, so 13th now, but Taurus will be scoring the last points position.
Yeah, at least my team gets some points this race. I'm so hollow, honestly.
So am I, don't worry. But
my undercut didn't work. Hollow.
Poor kid, F's in the chat. But yeah, as I was saying about this Lamborghini, the characteristics of it. Oh dear, that's somebody off the road. I think that's DeSantis, or might have been Mearsman actually, moving out of the way. But characteristics of this Lamborghini are what I despise in any car. I like the car to be not understeery, as in have a good front end, a pointy front end, but also have a stable rear end, if that makes sense. So the Lamborghini has neither of those things. Quite literally, it is the epitome of a car I do not want to drive. Like, some people like that. Some people like having the squirrely rear end, because they like to fight the car through some of the corners. But I, for one, do not like that. Like in F1 2020, the base characteristic of the car is that it is understeery, but the throttle is very sensitive. So the rear, you end up having to crank the rear wing up a little bit. And the way it works in this game is that the rear wing and the front, the rear wing doesn't give you, or the rear wing gives you as much downforce as the front wing now. So you kind of have to run higher rear wings to benefit out of the front losing, or to benefit the front wing. Because, or I mean, you could technically run less front, you can run more front wing, but then that also causes the front to be way too pointy. So it's like there's a weird compromise I have where also just in general the throttle application in the game is a bit funny for me, which is causing me to struggle compared to previous F1 games. Like 2018, like you pretty much just be on the throttle very fast. But also, let's fix the camera here. See if
quickly see Push closing into this fight with Chumley and Olive. That might be quite interesting to see towards the end of the race.
Oh, Kimmy, you're very quiet for me. I just realized.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's try now.
Alright, does it work?
A little bit.
Little bit better.
A little bit better.
I'll just hold my mic in front of my mouth.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
Easily. Yeah, that much better.
Much better.
Ah, yes. There you go, guys. Okay. So what we
Yeah,
wanted
so
to
I was
hear-
just saying, Push is closing in on this fight between Chumley and Olive, but this track is so difficult to overtake on. You really
Yeah.
have to force the guy ahead into a mistake, and I don't think Chumley is going to crack under pressure. I haven't seen Olive cracking under pressure either, so it's quite interesting to see come the end of the race.
Yeah, Timo actually up front made a bit of a mistake somewhere. He's fallen down to P5, I think, or he's fallen down the order a bit. Gajda, I think he was already behind Gajda, but Gajda's gone from him. So as Van den Hudding completely runs off the road, and okay, gets it back under control, and Valescu gets a drive-through penalty as well in the back. So that was scary for Van den Hudding. Right when I went on board with him, he was completely off
Might
the
have been a
road.
little bit of a sketchy blue flag incident because Velasquez gets a drive through and Van der Houding comes off the road. I didn't see it, but
Oh,
might have been a bit.
Mearsman here is going to be flagged here for this battle for 6th place, so he's going to have to move out of the way. He's running last at the moment, unfortunately, but yeah, he's going to be off the throttle here on the straight. Yes, smart, very smart. So, let's see, Olive, Chumley, still nobody cracking here. Push now is right on the back of this as well, as you said. Push trying to recover as well, starting from the front row now down to P7, or P8 I mean. Fighting for P6 though, which would be a decent recovery from him. Smelt on the back of Ollie. So let's see. Ollie holding on there. Nico falling off the back though. Of these guys in P11. Hugo hunting him down. So we have 18 minutes to go here. And it doesn't seem like anyone's going to be cracking.
How is it you display the delta times again?
You press delete, I think it is. Insert.
Delete?
Insert.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks. I completely forgot how to do that.
Yeah, I forgot as well for a moment, don't worry. And I've been doing this for a long time, so Push meanwhile might have a run here, but is too far back on Olive, but looking good for the time being. And looking very racy indeed.
Yeah. I think Olive here is in a... I'd say I wouldn't want to be in his position because he's got a fast driver behind him and he's got a driver up in front that I think probably potentially is holding him up, and he just can't get past Chumley, and this will probably want him to... Well, he's probably going to become more desperate and really want to push through now, which could lead to some mistakes happening, but we'll see.
Yeah, we have to see. I keep saying, like, one mistake and that's probably it. Like, you could be fighting for second, you make one simple mistake and then you're going to lose like 10 positions out of it.
Yeah, that happened to me.
Oh.
One mistake, went from P8 to P14 and I'm like, okay, follow.
Oh no. But let's see. Ollie's not really catching up to these guys either, so he's kind of got his hands full. Yeah, Veldman's going to be up on the back of him as well, but he's not cracking yet.
The Lexi train is beginning to form.
Yes. The straight line speed of the Lamborghini does not seem to be enough to get past the Lexus straight line, or the Lexus in a straight line, which is putting pressure on in the Aston Martin a bit here as well through the corners, looking very fast.
Yeah. But I had a drag race with my brother actually. I got a better exit off of, I believe it's turn 4. I'm ahead of him, like as we go onto the straight to get a better exit, and suddenly just out of nowhere the Lexus just pulls on me.
Oh, rip.
So I think the Lexus is quite good in a straight line actually.
I've been told it's not bad at all. It's pretty decent in a straight line.
Yeah.
So, and it's just decent in the corners. So it's like one of the better all-around cars.
Yeah, I mean, I know Sam and Ollie, they've complained a little bit about how it understeers and oversteers at the same time, but once you tame the thing, I think it's quite competitive.
I think that would be down to setup changing, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's the McLaren, like, it's very pointy. So you end up having to compensate for that in the setup.
Yeah.
The Lamborghini, though, no matter what I did with it, no matter what we did, no matter what Hugo did with it, I was still having an issue with it. Like in Silverstone, I couldn't drive it. Like, it was just impossible. Like through Maggots and Beckett's, and terrible. It was just going like I was braking and early and then like trying to coast it through slowly, and it was still spinning out on me nearly. So,
Yeah, I think the Lamborghini has quite similar characteristics to the Audi, and you just want to be either on or off also. You don't want to lift too much because then the rear end gets too light and then off it goes.
Yeah, it's just like it was very weird for me. There's yellows again. Someone's off the road and out of the race. I think that was Bill Askew. So that's unfortunate. We're down to 17 people. So
And Kessel's gone off the road as well.
Oh dear.
Just saw him have a little contact with the barrier.
Yeah, I saw that Mearsman making way for Hugo and Veldman as well. He's made way for Veldman, but not for Hugo. So he's not going to be happy for that.
But I think they're going to close out the fight.
Yeah, he's there. He's let him go. Well, he turns in on him. Didn't see him. So sketchy. But Hugo does get it done there, thankfully. So let's see. But yeah, these guys, nobody cracking here. Smelt not able to get past Ollie. Veldman holding off or trying to get back on top of them. Hugo catching back up to Veldman. So kind of calming down here for the last part of the race.
Yeah. I think everyone's just sort of flown into their own rhythm and just doing what they need to do, really. But I'm pretty sure we'll see some last or penultimate laps moves that might be a little bit daring, but we'll see how desperate these guys get being stuck behind the train.
Yeah, I mean, there's 13 minutes to go. There's a lot of racing, to be honest. Like,
Yeah,
it's actually, like, it's felt like a slow race, and it's probably because it was. But
being stuck in that train, I'm telling you that it felt like a slow race.
yeah, I think the trains make it so. Like last week was very fast. Like the first part of the race, 20 minutes flew.
Yeah.
Because
that's also we had battling for P1 and 2.
Yeah. It was like a 20-minute battle for P1 with Carson and Rene.
Yeah.
Who has pretty much just gone with this race. I haven't even shown much of him, but that's because.
He's just
Yeah,
way ahead.
Keep an eye out on these guys.
He's just doing his own thing.
Yeah, he knows what he has to do.
It's funny that I can't remember. It's like that 10-man train we were stuck in. I remember Ollie just like, so I guess it's safe to say we are the midfield bunch. And I think that's a pretty accurate representation.
Unfortunately.
Also, qualifying was so close. If I had improved my lap by 2/10, I would have been P5. But I started P13.
Jeez, 2/10 between them. That's gives you guys an idea of how crazy close this grid is. Like I said, as Olive is trying to get very close to Chumley, but unable to do anything here. Look at this. Still there on the back of the Lexus. Trying his best here. Let's see if he can get enough exit here. He does. Chumley's struggling a bit here. So let's see if this is enough here in a straight line. But again, the Lamborghini, even though it is good in a straight line, it's not enough, and he actually makes a late break there. Doesn't really get it over there. Yeah,
slightest of touches.
Yeah, there's not even enough room. There's not enough straight there for Olive to really get this worked in. So yeah, the push is behind, lurking as well, waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake.
Yeah, I bet he's just sitting there thinking, yes, go on, do it.
Yes.
But send it, come on.
He's just waiting, he's biding his time. Speaking of biding
I
their
mean, that's
time,
probably.
Feldman and Smelt waiting behind Ollie here as well.
Yeah, and Hugo also catching up to this little train that's forming as well. It'll be interesting to see. I was behind Ollie and he made a lot of mistakes, but I think he's gotten into his race pace now and keeping his cool. Although if I remember correctly, he says he has about 7 seconds of damage, which might hinder him a little bit, but we'll have to see.
He's holding on well so far with that damage. So
Yeah.
not too bad. But front here, Season 1 champion Timo. Running very comfortably in P5 at the moment. Could have probably been P4 for him. Gajda now is actually making a very big gain on Bandit Hunting. Illigner getting out of the way there. But Gajda might be on the back of him soon, so we'll keep an eye on how that develops. Speaking of
Olive has a
developing,
little look.
yeah, so this is getting very close between these two, but I don't think it's going to be close enough. Like I said, Chumley just doing what he needs to do, holding it off.
Yeah, the leg side trains are going strong at the moment. One mistake in Ollie, he is P13, and one mistake in Sam could also be P13. This is really I can understand if they're a little bit nervous at the moment because they have all to lose now.
Yeah, so now the back. Now the back of here, back to run Chumley here from his rear wing. See how this develops. See, he's getting a bit of a gap here as he roars that Lexus is a V8.
I'm not sure. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it sounds
I'm not
very
sure
amazing.
actually.
Yeah, that Lexus sounds very good as he roars down the back of the track here. We have 9 minutes to go, so that's like 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 6
I'd
laps.
say 6,
Yeah.
7 laps, maybe. Nah, 6 laps.
Depending on where Carson's up there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
He's always up there.
Yeah, he's always happy.
Yeah.
Chumley still holding on as he can. Ollie's starting to pull a bit from Smelt, but still is under pressure. Starting to gain it back actually, Smelt is. Veldman pulled from Hugo. Hugo falling down the order a bit.
Oh, Hugo's made a mistake somewhere, I believe.
Yeah, he's fallen off. So Veldman is just kind of holding his own.
Oh, he goes very wide.
Yeah, very wide. Oh, he's off the road.
Oh.
That's gonna put him back into the clutches of Hugo, but yeah, it's gonna put him out of the fight there, unfortunately. But
Yeah. It just goes to show he got a little bit too far over and he's lost all the traction and the car just does not want to rejoin onto the track. Is Olivia and Sam going side by side?
oh, here we go.
Olivia's got the inside and the rounds. Yeah.
Yeah, there he
Oh,
goes
Sam
down the
taps
inside.
Olivia and they tap each other. No!
Oh, they all three hit each other. Okay,
No.
so Olivia gets away with it. Push and push is sideways. Where's Chumley? Chumley gets away with it. So the push is
He
the one
gets
who...
away with it, but Push got the bad end of the stick there.
Yeah, unfortunate. Now Ollie and Smelt are coming up to them. So
Yeah. I wonder how much damage this gives them if they can maintain the pace and maintain their positions. But I don't think that was very clean by Sam. He might pick up a penalty for that one.
fortunately, shout outs to Season 1. Anyways, sorry Sam. Sorry Sam.
Remember Spa?
Yeah. He's not gonna let that one down. I don't think. It's even
No.
immortalized into the starting soon screen.
It's written into the history books.
Essentially. Yeah, but Push is starting to catch back up. He's probably not going to be very happy at all, and I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, no, he was the innocent bystander, that one.
Look at the damage he's got on the front as well.
Yeah, I'd say that's at least about 15 seconds worth, at least, and that's your front end, so I don't know how much that's going to cause him to then just turn into the corners.
I'm going to check, yeah, I'm going to check his steering. It doesn't seem too bent. Otherwise we might have an issue because then he would not only be slow in the corners, he'd be slow in the straight line. Chumley does start to lose out again. Olive trying to fight him down now.
Yeah. I'm just keeping an eye on the
Oh, push goes
battle
away
between
wide there
P3.
out of the exit. Sorry to interrupt you. He gets it back.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on for a battle for P3 because Gausta is closed up to within a second of Van den Houding now, so this could hold up come the end of the race, but it's really difficult to overtake on this track, so I think Van den Houding would have to make a mistake.
Yeah, Olive trying to find all the track he can to have a
Oh
look at
no! His smelt hits Ollie! Ollie's around!
Oh no, okay, yeah, is Veldman gonna have a look up at him? Yeah, no, he holds off, but Hugo as well might have him.
He sliced back out, yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh, I wonder what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know, but let's see what the stewards think of that one.
Yeah, that's a little bit Monka-esque if I do say so myself.
Very
The
unfortunate.
FIA watching this race are slowly but surely getting more and more hollow.
Yeah, could be worse. You could be F1 FIA after Tier 3.
Oh, come on, man.
Speaking of which, if you guys want to watch Tier 3 2SRL, that is going to be tomorrow at, actually this time, tomorrow. As of the time,
8:30 this time.
15 minutes before this, yeah, 15. So, I don't know what time that is, CEST or CET, but,
Well, for CEST, that's 8:30.
8:30, okay, 8:30 CEST. That's 11:30 for me in the morning, so.
Yeah.
For 4 minutes
Yeah, I'm
left.
gonna take part in that race, but I'm going in with no practice.
Don't worry, it's France. Well, actually, yesterday
Yeah,
I did 2 hours of time trial because I'm not very good at France, so I was just trying to get the hang of it. And then today I'm gonna go in again, just track acclimatization because I'm not. Yeah, like the third sector there, I do not like the track. The third sector there as well is just not very fun for me. With the improved aerodynamics though, in 2020, like 2019, the car was just a joke. It was just a joke. I think, in my opinion, I mean, yeah, the 2019 handling model is one of the worst, in my opinion. I did not like it at all. It's just way too understeery for my liking, and it's just solely reliant on trail braking, to the point where even the real life drivers' excuses were like, it's easier than this. Like, it's more simple than this. Even the ERS and everything, yeah. So, I never liked the ERS system as well in 18 and 19.
Just more quickly, Gat is really closed up on Van der Houding now. I think Van der Houding's had a mistake and he's
here he goes.
Look up the inside, and no, okay, he decides to back out of it.
Yeah, so Gat looking very fast indeed. Van der Houding might be under threat. Man who's not in threat, of course, Karsten and Salminen, both kind of going off 1 and 2. So, both race winners. Gonna be first and second here. From the looks of it, 3 minutes to go. But Gatstein gunning it now. Back to Olive and Chumley. Olive right on the back of him. Is he gonna have a look here into one of these corners here, into one of the slow right-handers? No, he's not. Up, I believe that's turn 2. Into turn 3 and 4, he's not gonna have any look either. Of course, not the place to do it. But yeah, Gaston now piling on the pressure. Let's see if he's able to get it here. Van der Houding needs to maximize his exit if he wants to keep this podium. These two have fought all season so far, from the beginning of the season. And yeah, it's going again, but Gajda can't make a mistake like that, otherwise he's gonna lose time. And yeah, there is a lot of the hard work undone, but he's gonna try and get back on him, so didn't lose too much time, thankfully, for his sake. But he didn't exactly benefit from that. In fact, he lost out still, but he didn't lose too much.
Yeah, I mean, following a car on this track is very sketchy, I think, because you don't know when exactly they're going to brake, because they're on slightly different braking points.
Oh, but here goes Olive. Sorry to interrupt you. He has a very good run here on Chumley. Chumley has to hold the inside now. Let's see who brakes later. Olive gives him the corner, but is he going to get an exit, or a better exit? I don't think he is, actually, so... Yeah.
No, it doesn't look like it. Unfortunate.
Unfortunate, yes.
But Nico might have a look at Ollie into turn 1. Maybe go around it. No, okay, decisive. Oh, it's Hugo gets really close.
Yeah, I saw that right there on the...
Oh, that was sketchy.
I think we're going to have one more lap to go here for these guys, too, so...
Yeah, Carson just crosses the line, so I think...
This is going to be the last lap, I think.
This is the last lap, unless he pulls... Nah, looking at his race pace, this is the last lap, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be... I think he might lift if he needs to.
Yeah.
I would if I was him. Because he got 7 seconds. There's no point. As Mearsman kicks up one of the bollards there. But let's see if Gajda can do it. This is his last chance at it. As he comes onto the back.
Something's happened to Hugo.
Or he gets to the back of him. Yeah, Hugo's struggling a bit here.
Yeah.
He's got damage to the front. He's hit the
I think everyone's slightly struggling.
He's got some pretty big damage there, so that's unfortunate. Smelt. He's getting away from Ollie. Ollie 3.5 behind Feldman as well. There. Push. Might fall under threat here. Olive, last chance for him. Let's see if he can do it. But I don't think this is enough. Again, into turn 1. Can he get the move done? No, he can't. But can he get it into turn 2? If he gets a good enough exit here. Chumley's not exactly doing the best out of the exit there, but Olive still.
Yeah, this track is just looking at this reminds me how difficult it is to overtake. As Carsten, he comes towards the finish line and crosses it in P1.
And there it is, your race winner, 42 laps in. He crosses the line, 2 wins out of 3.
Oh, Ollie makes a mistake and Hagrid goes up next to him. Okay, no, Hagrid make a mistake as well, and Nico falls. Well, Hagrid and Nico, they falls back behind Ollie.
Yeah, they're crossing the line there. Some of the lap cars there as well. Salminen P2 there, a solid performance from him. Van den Hutting, I think, is going to keep P3 here because Gajda just not close enough at the moment, unless he has a last lap gap, or unless he spies something there, which of course, yeah, I wouldn't have gone for that, even if it's pointless. Just take the P4, and that is a good result for both of them. So well done to Van den Hutting taking that final podium position. Gajda takes.
Can Olive spook Sam in the last corner?
Yeah, they've been fighting all race long. Can he get it here? Or for most of this race. It went badly in the beginning, but let's see if Chumley can hold it off. It seems like he can, because yeah, he's gonna cross the line here, and it doesn't seem like it's fast. The Lamborghini's fast enough to get it in a straight line. So there it is.
Oh, and
Nico crosses the line. It spins himself
Nico's
out.
coming past Ollie. So Nico's past Ollie.
Oh yeah, he gets him. So Ollie loses out right at the end. So P10 for Nico, and that's that for the race. I think yeah, Hugo's gonna be the last across the line.
Yeah.
So. Let's get here to the interview screen. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm gonna collapse. So, I'm actually not going to do interviews today.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna end the
That's
stream
fine.
a
Take
bit
care of yourself.
early. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna end the stream early because it's just yeah, I have to eat something, I think, and I'm just I've been a bit sick. I tried my best. I think I did a good job, hopefully for you guys watching, or for those of you who stuck around. But if not, my apologies again. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this race, wasn't the most exciting race. There was a good train though. I think there was some stuff to look at. There's some drama possibly to look at as well. This season of ACC is starting to kick off here. Karsten doing what he does best. But yeah, I think next race will hopefully be more exciting, and but we do see how good these guys are. I think that's pretty much the main thing we can get from this, and how strong this ACC grid is. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, be sure to tune in next week. We have round 4, I believe, in Silverstone, so we're staying in the UK, so that will definitely be a more exciting round. And yeah, tomorrow will be 2SRL Tier 3 for F1 2020, and then Wednesday Tier 4 for SLR, Thursday Tier 3, Friday Tier 2, and Saturday Tier 1. And then Sunday will be Tier 1 and Tier 2 of 2SRL F1. So if you guys enjoyed, again, be sure to check it out. Leave a subscription, or be sure to subscribe. Leave a like. And as always, this has been Triton, and impromptuly joined by Mr. Kimmy. And yeah, we will see you guys next week. Thank you.